Good morning, y'all. Welcome to OtherRealmStudio. I'm only a minute late. Yeah, I was up late last night. So I was on a YouTube channel called Sweetcast, and I would love to link to it, but mm, we were up kind of late, and some of the guys got rowdy and kind of devolved to locker room talk. So I don't think I can link to it if I want to keep my stream and recommendations family friendly, which is a shame because I was having fun for a good while. Let's see. What was layer 6? Oh, yeah, that was stuff I needed to add, including um, Becca's necklace. And I also need to get in here and do a few more strong values and neaten up my edges on things. So this is a painting that's going to go on the inside cover of my comic Soulbound 2 Escape, which is now on Kickstarter. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, there we go. So one of the things that I like to do with my comics that I've been enjoying is creating art to go with each one. And to further the story. So instead of having ads on the inside covers, I'm adding more art. My painted style here shows up better on the glossy paper than it does on the interior newsprint. So in issue 1, I did experiment a bit and see how let's see, where are we at? All right. So yeah, I was experimenting because I didn't know how my colors would turn out on newsprint. And so there are a few painted interior illustrations in the pages. But, you know, on, slightly softer, slightly fuzzy paper, it does lose a little bit of the detail and the nuance to the shading and stuff. So it works out a lot better to have the painted style on the glossy paper. So I would like to continue creating illustrations to go, to go on the interiors. And the first one I thought I did a pretty decent job on it, but this one is just giving me fits because I can't get Torin to look right. And I'm just going to have to keep working at it until it's right. Okay, I'm going to zoom way in on this. My hands are not as steady as they ought to be. I'm just an incy bit shaky this morning. I'll blame it on being tired. So this is Becca's amulet. She doesn't realize that it's a magical artifact to her. It's just something that she inherited from her mom. And there's a few things that she inherits that she has no idea are actually magical in nature. So later on in the story, there's a lullaby that she learned from her mother that's also a spell, which that's going to be fun to play with. And my friend Kristen actually helped me out a lot by composing the melody for it. And you can hear that if you go to my Kickstarter page and watch the video. So that's just the melody so far. And I've written lyrics for it, and we will be further developing that song as the series goes on, and I'm really excited to be working with her. Okay, let's see if I can bring out more of this white. Whoops, that's way too big for what I want to do here. Okay, I think it's coming along. So there's something that I'm going to have to write about to my email list. My website is OtherRealmStudio.com, and I have an email list that I send out usually once a month, and I already sent out one at the beginning of the month. So I don't want to wear out my welcome, but it may be kind of important for people to know that the Comic-Con that I was supposed to be tabling at this year, SC Comic-Con in Greenville, South Carolina, well, that was going to go on at the end of the month, but they have postponed until July 18th, possibly. I'm going to have to look it back up. So I need to send out another newsletter, and I'm guys, I was really hoping that I could go to that. I'd already planned on not doing the face painting that I usually do. That's half my income from cons like this, is doing the face painting, and especially the Chibi Challenge, where I paint, pretty much chibi characters that anybody can find on their phone. I can paint anything, and I'm not terribly great at digital painting yet. That's one reason why I practice, even if I am practicing on stream. But in real life, I can paint. I can even face paint anything that I have a reference for. And so what's really popular is painting the cartoon characters and the anime characters. I've done a really good Link and a lot of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's real popular. A lot of Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie's super popular. Although, I gotta say, those ponies are difficult. That kind of lineless art style, painting on somebody's face, yeah, it's really tricky. Usually what I do to finish off a tiny painting like that, especially, is I'll do the black outlines. Well, you can't really do that with the ponies. So it's a little bit harder. But I wasn't going to do the face painting this year because that puts me really close to people's faces. And though I've never caught con crud, even so, I thought, well, it'd be good to make a concession to this year's virus season and try and avoid all that. And I'm really going to avoid it now because they've postponed the con for months, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I wanted to talk to more people about the campaign for Soulbound 2 and get to see more people in person about it. And yeah, what am I going to do about that? I would only have a couple days left on the campaign, but it might make a difference. It might matter. One of the reasons why I took the whole month of March for the campaign was because I would be going to this con. and I would get to say something about the sequel to the comic that I have on the table. And yeah, it's kind of got me thrown off a bit. So I need a plan B. And so far, oh, there goes autosave. So far, all I can think of to do is just really hope that this campaign that's going on right now turns out really great. Because usually Comic Cons are where I get my funds to get started making the next comic. I don't launch a fund and then make the comic. I work hard and I save up all year, and then I get to contract Mia and we get started on it. You know, when I have the money in the budget and it's there and I can pay her as she finishes each piece, you know, each section of it. And then I run the crowdfund to raise the printing fees, pretty much. You know, printing and shipping, and take care of that so that I can get it out to people. And it's really very practical because I know how many pre-orders I get and how many I can print, and it's an easy way to keep track of who wants a copy. Yeah, it's a straightforward ordering system. It's not just for raising funds for, you know, products that don't exist yet. Everything really works better if you actually have something to sell or something to deliver. I suppose you can sell anything. I'm getting a little bit off track with this chain. There, let's save that. Okay. Alright, which way did it go? There it is. So yeah, I really prefer to have something in hand to give backers so they know that I'm for real. This is a real thing. It's definitely happening. They will definitely get their comic. And that's still true. It's just issue 3 is going to take even longer if I can't do a Comic Con. Okay. What's layer 5? Alright, I'm gonna have to zoom back out and click 5 on and off and see what's on it. See if that's the one that I had reserved for light effects or not. I don't see any change. Did I not do anything with layer 5? Huh. Imagine that. Well, let's take the opacity, I think. down and get the airbrush and put that on soft. We'll find a nice turquoise color and blending mode. There we are. Let's try overlay. Overlay does not seem to be doing a thing. Well, nothing seems to be happening whatsoever. I'm still learning my way around what effects do what. I'm going to think about this and drink my coffee for a minute. I had to microwave my coffee this morning, guys. Pity me. Now layer 5 is on top of all these other layers, so I don't see... Okay. There. Now let's see if we can, now that I know that I have made a mark on this, let's see if we can change it. Okay, now if I change the layer, overlay actually does something. But changing the blending mode for just the tool does not. Okay, soft glow doesn't, or soft light does nothing. That's a little harsh. Let's take down the layer. That could work. So now if I paint on my highlights, keeping in mind where the light's coming from. See, I couldn't really do this before I painted in the necklace. So if I want to show that the light's coming from it. And hi, Zachary Morgan. Good morning. It's nice to have some company. Alright, this is an illustration for the inside cover of my comic. So the inside cover is going to be glossy. Well, the outside cover is too, I guess. Same piece of paper. It's going to be on glossy cover stock, and the interior is newsprint. Oh, nice. What's your comic? Yeah, mine is a portal fantasy about Becca, who is thrown from the world she's always known into a realm of magic, myth, and monsters. And if she can't find her way back home, her soul might wander back without the rest of her. Project Valkyrie on Webtoon by Zachary Morgan. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know if I have links enabled. It's been a little while since I've been on. I'm just glad I still remember how to start it up. But I'm sure I can look it up. Webtoon search engine's not that bad. So yeah, right now on Kickstarter, I have the sequel. Or well, it's going to be a 10-issue arc for Soulbound, so it's an ambitious project. And I was going to have the entire thing done before launching the Kickstarter, but the holidays were a little rough for my artist, and uh, you know, life drama stuff, it happens all the time. But fortunately, I had built in enough time to where it's not really going to hurt me. And everyone's still going to get their comics on time. See, I need to go over this and actually do some shading. And neaten up some of my painted lines. So, yeah, I'm still kind of hating some of it, but it's coming along. Let's see. Yeah, so if I add another layer, I can set it to multiply. And open up my light grayish colors. Let me use the mouse for this bit. And I can paint in some more bold shading. Right, and that'll make this more three-dimensional. So if I actually manage to finish this, and we'll have this as the inside cover of the book with like Becca on the back cover and Torin over here. Oops. On the inside of the front. Let's see. Ack. My hand is not steady today. We're wobbling. So this will be the inside cover, and also one of the rewards for the Kickstarter campaign, well, one of the stretch goals, is if we make over the goal and raise $2,000, then everyone gets extra digital rewards, and also that will include desktop wallpaper, which the inside cover of the first one is the desktop wallpaper I offered for that one. And I wanted to offer this one as the desktop wallpaper for backing the second one and getting us to 2,000. And it could happen. We've still got some time on the campaign. And I'm really just trying to reach as many readers as possible, because this is a fantastic story. It is an epic tale. It deserves to be told. And of course I believe in it, but I've also gotten some great responses from people who've read the first one. And it's gaining popularity at Comic Cons, which is why it's one of the reasons why it's thrown me off so much that I don't get to do this next one that I was supposed to table at. And it's been postponed until July now. I mean, on one hand, things are great. I'm an introvert and I get to sit at home and paint all I like. On the other hand, we're all going to go stir crazy. Waiting on it to happen. So I had an idea for a sort of online Comic Con. And I also bought a domain. But there is a long, long way from having an idea and even buying the domain for it and actually executing it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Every time I look at it, it looks like so much work. So this is one of my crackpot ideas, and I'm going to do my best. It would have been great if I could have gotten it started months ago. But I didn't realize that, the entire country would essentially be housebound until like the other day. But in case I can't get my idea going, there is another idea going on Twitter right now. It's called hashtag TwitterCon, and there's a lot of great projects you can find now using that tag. So yeah, if you're on Twitter, go search hashtag TwitterCon and support your indie creators and your local and not so local comic shops, and everybody try and stay in business. I know that if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, but if you don't have a livelihood, you also don't have anything. So let's all try and pull together and do the best we can to help each other out. And one of the biggest things you can do to help is, find those smaller businesses that don't have hardly any margin to run on, who are getting by on a shoestring because they just love what they do and they're trying to serve people. And they just don't have the reach of the bigger corporations. So yeah, if you have a choice between buying from a big company or buying from a small local business, then I'd like to encourage you to give the small local business a shot. And also support your artists, many of whom have day jobs that they might not be able to go to. So they're depending on their art to support them right now. Okay. Well, I've been on about close to 45 minutes, so that will probably do it for today. I can't leave this. I've got to put my shadows back in here. Okay, that looks better. We'll save that. And if you want to check out my Kickstarter for Soulbound Issue 2, I also have a catch-up tier. If you missed out on Soulbound 1, it still exists. You can still get that. Where is my... There it is. Right? So this is Soulbound 2 Escape. It's a young adult fantasy comic series. It continues Becca's story as she's stranded in a realm of magic and monsters. And you can get the digital edition for $3. You can get the catch-up bundle, the digital catch-up bundle for $6. And the print copy is also $3. I just have to add on a little bit for shipping. And same for the catch-up bundle. It's $6 plus some shipping. I don't recall exactly how much. It's like $5, I think. But yeah, I weighed packages and calculated it out. And I have a collector's bundle if you would like 2 bagged and boarded copies signed by both me and Mia, who's my awesome artist. I even have a retailer special. And I have really... Oh, it's the mock-up of the cover. The title has a different font. on the real one. I have just huge plans for this series in the future, and there's so much background and so much lore, and it goes really deep. I've been up to my elbows in this story forever. So, if you would like to see more of the making of Soulbound and some of the lore of the other realm that Becca finds herself in, you can get the digital creation and lore of the other realm with digital editions, or you can get a digital packet of the creation and lore with your print copy. And I also have the artifacts of the other realm, which, along with print copies, you get real handmade original items from the other realm. Some original art of a main character in the story, a replica of Becca's amulet necklace, a replica of the sorceress's wand, and a cast resin crest of the royal family of Caldera. Oh yes, and this is part of the introduction of issue 1. Yeah, Becca's been having a lot of nightmares lately. So, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. And I'll see you in the other realm. Goodbye.